Hi, I have another album that I am reviewing for 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Today I'm going to talk about, I shouldn't say today because I'm doing a bunch of sessions right in a row. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? But I'm going to talk, in this session, I'm going to talk about Creedence Clearwater Revival's Cosmo Factory. Now, I have my neighbors that I hang out with either on Friday or Saturday nights, and we talk a lot about music and what we used to do as a kid. And so, my husband, he's kind of impressed by my musical knowledge. In fact, whenever I guess we first heard, let me check my notes, looking out my back door. And, he's singing the first line, and I'm not singing along with it, but I know where the oh boy is. My husband's like, how did you do that? And I've been listening to this stuff forever. And it's kind of funny. I wasn't expecting to like this album as much as I did. And, it kind of reminds me of the days, we always had music playing in our house, and my dad focused on the classic rock, except back in that day, it really wasn't classic rock yet. It seemed old to me, but, find out that a lot of Led Zeppelin music was only about 2 or 3, on the most 5 years older than I was, and it had always been old to me. We always had classic rock playing in the house, and it was, something that tended to get on our nerves a lot. And of course, this album, Cosmo's Factory, was a part of that time period. And I really didn't start going backwards to the classic rock until I was 18. But for some reason, Creedence still had that, I'm not going to like it feel to it. Had to find it on YouTube, like, so many of the albums on this project. And I've never heard this album before, but I think I knew everything but 2 songs on it, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. My favorite songs was the Ramble Tamble. I just thought that was awesome. Who'll Stop the Rain, even though that Creedence wasn't my favorite band, I always loved this song. And so one of my new favorites that I hadn't heard before, this was the first time I was hearing it, was As Long as I Can See the Light. Really, really good. Very bluesy, very rockabilly. There is protest song, Vietnam protest song. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the release of this album was July 25th, 1970, so the Vietnam War was in full swing at that point. But this is on my to search list. If I find it, I am going to grab it. I am on the look for it. CD's good, vinyl's better. But yeah, definitely check it out. John Fogerty, the last time I've seen him, he was actually featured on the Sound City movie, talking about how people don't like to play anymore. They like to have their computer generated music, and people don't like to practice because all of their music can be fixed and manipulated on the computer. And so he didn't participate on the soundtrack, but he did participate in the movie. So if you haven't seen Sound City by Dave Grohl, check that out too. Until next time.